Hello and welcome to another An Old Man Watches. And today I'm going to be talking about The Devil Has Seven Faces, an Italian film from 1971. With, as you can see from the taglines, a real effort in convincing you that it's sexy. It's not sexy. It's not anything actually. And let's talk about the why of that, I guess. This quote-unquote mystery features a very convoluted and contrived plot involving a botched diamond heist, twin sister shenanigans, and a large batch of fundamentally deeply incompetent bad guys. This film fails to be entertaining or engaging on any level, with the possible inadvertent exception of the costuming, which is so tragically kitsch and misguided that it does generate a few smirks, or it did for me anyway. So I guess the question is, why is it so bad? Well, it's definitely not helped by the direction or the acting, both of which are rather drab and lifeless, but I think at its core, the very, very basic issue is the script. So let's talk about why and what's wrong with it. And we're going to start with the fact that mysteries are hard. Writing a satisfying mystery is a tough job, because ideally you want to have enough clues and hints that when you reveal the answers, your audience says, "Oh, of course," while obfuscating those clues and hints enough that they haven't worked it out before your characters do, because you want that aha moment. You don't want somebody sitting there going, "Well, clearly this is what's going on. Why do these idiots on screen not work it out already?" And that's a tough balancing act to do. To keep your audience sufficiently in the dark while also, presenting them all the information they need to solve the problem. And some mystery/thriller films solve this challenge by not engaging with it at all. Look at Silence of the Lambs. For all the characters on screen care about who Buffalo Bill is and are trying to find Buffalo Bill before he commits another murder, the film's not about who Buffalo Bill is. The characters want to work it out, but the film doesn't care. It's a film about Clarice Starling's relationship with Hannibal Lecter and her efforts to get him to help them. It's not a film about the ostensible mystery. Another way that they can deal with this is to just flat out cheat. So, a valid synopsis of this film, The Devil Has Seven Faces, would be: a woman lies to a man, and he lies right back. Then they both lie to another man, who has contacted them under false pretenses. A crime occurs, only not really, and everyone lies to the police about it. The police pretend to be fooled. Now, a lot of mysteries lie to, mislead, or otherwise deliberately deceive the audience. So The Devil Has Seven Faces is certainly not alone in having lots of lying and misdirection going on. Lots of mysteries do it. You have novels that use unreliable narrators who lie about something that happened, or they omit information. You have films that present a scene in a way that makes it seem like one thing is happening when really it's another, and so on. And this can be done well. Don't get me wrong, you can do this well. The Usual Suspects cheats a whole lot, but it's a good film. It's a satisfying film, because the reveal when it happens is it is an aha moment. It can also be done poorly, but redeemed by other features of the experience. So I might upset a few people in the nerdosphere here, but the TV show Leverage had a really lazy overuse of this. This scene that we showed you earlier where it looked like things were going wrong was actually part of the plan. They did this all the time, and it really frustrated me because it was such a lazy device to keep using. But Leverage was redeemed by the fact that it has a great cast playing really fun characters. And I should mention, I'm talking here about the original run of Leverage. I have not seen the recent reboot or follow-up. Now, unfortunately, in the case of The Devil Has Seven Faces, it neither does it well, nor does it have redeeming features. And that brings me to a really, really fundamental flaw of the movie, which is, who am I supposed to care about? Now, you can probably find exceptions, but generally speaking, I think it's fair to say that to be successful, a narrative needs at least one character for us to care about, for us to invest in. And if you have a protagonist, then ideally it should be them, since they'll have the most screen time. Now, you might not have a protagonist, or at least, or a single clear protagonist. Reservoir Dogs is an example of that, there are certainly some sympathetic characters, which is what I'm talking about. You need sympathetic characters. There are people in Reservoir Dogs that you can go, I care about this person's fate. And there are deeply unsympathetic characters who you can care about seeing get their comeuppance as well. The Devil Has Seven Faces does not have characters for us to care about. It is far too interested in its own contrivances and double crosses to care about who we, the audience, should care about. And any film that neglects to consider its audience is asking for trouble. And that's what happens here. Lacking anybody in this mess to care about, I do not care about this mess. It is 90 minutes of tedium involving people that I don't care about, doing stuff I don't care about because you have failed to make me care. And that is fundamentally where this movie falls down. So next time, I'm going to talk about 2008 film The Hive, a low-budget monster movie, basically. Now, this is a film that seems unsure about what story it wants to tell, and it's therefore, I think, probably more interesting to talk about than to watch. So I will be talking about that next time. Hope you tune in for it. But in the meantime, thanks for watching this one, and I hope you enjoyed it.